It's the NFL on EA Sports, and this one features Josh Jacobs. He'll be a focal point of his offense this week. It's the Packers and the Panthers, and it's coming up next on Madden Football.
Thank you to Trey Mosley for the introduction. We are indeed excited to welcome you to another edition of the NFL on EA Sports. Stage is set, ball is on the tee, and off we go on EA Sports. This will be returned from the 6, and their drive will begin at the 30-yard line. The Green Bay offense set to go to work for the first time. And they're led by the man who waited his turn, the 2020 first-rounder, Jordan Love.
If his preparation for this game is any indication of how he's going to perform today, Mike, they're going to be hard to beat. He played really well last week, but when we talked to his coaches, they told us, they're like, he has lived here all week. He has taken his level of play even up another notch. And if he can continue to operate this system, continue to get all of his weapons involved, this leadership, this ability to lead by example, it's going to rub off on the rest of this offense. I think they're going to have a good chance of changing from last week's loss to coming away today with a victory.
And I don't think he got there with that one. Only needed a yard, wrapped up at the line of scrimmage, and now we're looking at third down. On play action, Love. He gets that complete as he hits Reed. And he's going to have the first down. It is a gain of 6. Good conversion on third down. Out of the shotgun, it's Love. The open man is Reed. He's got it.
Receiver just finds himself in a really nice groove, and there's these weird times in the game, Mike, where it just seems like every ball comes your way, every play they call, you're wide open, and you just find yourself in one of those grooves that athletes talk about. So they got to continue to ride the hot hand, because right now on that field, there's no mistaking who it is.
Here's a third down and 4. The man in motion is Watson. From the gun on third down, it's Love. 13 yards on the catch there. Good for a Green Bay first down.
Every once in a while, it just comes down to you need somebody in the huddle to just make a play, and it wasn't a whole lot fancy here. The quarterback just dumps the ball down, a quick underneath completion, and then really it's the yards after catch that did the rest, and that's what it takes. You're not always going to have the perfect play. You're not always going to dial up the perfect play against the perfect look. Sometimes players need to make plays, and that was a good one there.
They face second down and 7. They'll stay on the ground with Jacobs. It'll be a short pickup down to the 31. Christian Roseboom there on the tackle. 9th play of this opening drive, trying to keep it going here on third down. Open is Kraft. He's got it. And he's going to be out of bounds with a gain of 7. And that'll be enough for a first down. From the gun, it's Love. This one is caught by Reed. And he's close to another first down as he's brought down just shy of the marker. A good spot here, 2nd and a yard. Back to throw is Love. Completes this one. That's Christian Watson. And he'll be out of bounds, but he got the first down, so it's going to be 1st and goal. They're going to mark it at the 6. Here's Jacobs. Strong. He'll be wrapped up there down at the 3-yard line. The ball a little closer now. It is 2nd and goal. They'll try to run this one in. And he won't quite get in. Down to the 1, setting up 3rd and goal. They'll run with Jacobs. And he will not get in. The defense standing their ground, pushing him back, and it sets up 4th and goal.
Well, this seems pretty straightforward. 3rd and 1, just dial up a run play and run straight downhill, but this defense had other plans. They were ready and expecting that run, and they're able to take the ball carrier down for a loss.
On 4th down, Love. And this is caught! Wow, the decision to go pays off. Tucker Kraft, touchdown Packers. A terrific way to start this one. Not only a touchdown, but a nice long march down the field. Makes it a long walk back to the bench for the defense.
Mike, that's about as good as you can imagine starting a game offensively. To be able to sustain that many plays and be able to cap it off with a touchdown, that is a dream start for this offense.
Extra point by McManus, up and good. And the Packers will take a 7-0 lead. Both teams ready to go once more as the kick's away. From the 6, here comes a return. And he'll be brought down just beyond the 25-yard line. The Panthers now ready to get to work on offense for the first time. And they're led by Bryce Young, the #1 overall pick, Greg, out of Alabama back in 2023.
Well, I don't think that stat line last week had him up for any sort of awards. If I had to guess, he'd much rather have a modest game and a win as opposed to throwing for a bunch of touchdowns in a loss. The biggest thing that he did, Mike, he took care of the ball. So as long as he continues to do that, they're going to have a chance to keep on winning.
And he's going to get this one out to the 43-yard line.
So you're on the sideline and you're watching the other team go right down the field and score on their first drive. As a play caller, you have to be careful that it doesn't throw you out of your initial plan coming into the game. They wanted to establish some ground game here early, and that's exactly what they did.
There's a short one caught by Sanders. He's going to be taken down, but there's a late flag in the backfield that might give him 15 more yards. 1st and 10 now from the 36. Out of the shotgun, Young. His first throw of the game is going to be intercepted. Picked off by Javon Bullard.
This is an area of the offense, Mike, that's going to have to find its rhythm now as this game unfolds. They talked all week, come out early, get some completions, settle down this quarterback. Well, in return, he throws an early pick. It's too early to go away from the game plan. There's a lot of game left, but this passing game is going to have to get on track throughout the rest of this game.
The Packers offense ready to possess the football for the second time. They lead 7-0 thanks to the touchdown on the opening drive. So try to double up here as they begin this drive 1st and 10. Here's Love to throw. That's caught downfield. Dobbs. And he will score. Romeo Dobbs. Touchdown, Green Bay. His 6th touchdown now for the season. Well, that is a quick drive and the best way to finish it. The touchdown pass downfield. Greg, you rarely see a deep shot like that to start a drive.
You're right, Mike. We don't see it a lot, but I wish we did. It's actually the most efficient and safest down to pass the ball. And in this case, the defense is thinking run, got a lot of defenders up in the box, and they're able to strike deep with a pass play for 6.
The kickoff team is out on the field, and we're back to it as the kick's away. This will be returned from the 6. And they'll bring him down just shy of the 30-yard line. The Panthers offense ready to take over as we check out the playoff race in the NFC. And things starting to take shape here. 3 weeks left of the regular season. Teams making that final push for postseason berths. Laying out, and he made the catch. What a play.
That's interference. Defense.
First and 10. They send him right out of the slot. Young to throw on first down. To the right side here. Pass is caught.
I'm not sure what was the more difficult aspect of the play. Winning his route versus man coverage or catching this pass, because that quarterback, he put a little extra sauce on that one to get it there on time, and he's able to secure a really nice catch.
The defense all over this one. They get him behind the line of scrimmage. A loss of a couple. Here's 3rd and 2. From the gun, it's Young. Open man, left side. He's got it. He's going to have that first down. Gain of 6 as they convert on 3rd down. A tight end in motion now. On the ground, it's Dowdle. That lane closes quickly. A pickup of 3. Quay Walker, the linebacker, on the tackle. 1 quarter in the books. 14-0 is our score. And we'll return to Charlotte in a moment. Second and 7. They send a receiver in motion left. Throwing on 2nd down, Young. Quick throw, taken in. And he's going to be dropped after a pickup of about 5. They'll come up to 3rd and 3. They motion the slot man left. From the gun here on 3rd down, it's Young. That into the hands of Hubbard. And he's going to be taken down short of the marker, and that is going to set up an interesting 4th down decision. They'll go for it with Hubbard. And he's not going to get there. The defense was ready for it, and they stuff him on 4th down. Here's 1st and 10. Now Love. Quick throw out wide. It's caught. And he's going to be brought down up past the 45. Love to throw it on 1st down. Right side, catch made by Dobbs. And they'll get about 4 here as he is taken down. Here's 2nd and 6. Dobbs headed in motion. A 2nd down throw for Love. Quick hitting slant there. And he'll be taken down. The gain is 6, and it's a new set of downs. He picked up the 1st down. Here's a handoff to Jacobs. And he'll get 6 on this one, moving it inside the 40-yard line. They'll work now on 2nd and 4. We'll go play action with Love. Gets it away quickly, and it's caught. 16-yard pickup on that one. 1st down, Packers.
It's like a textbook, methodical, efficient NFL drive. 4 for 4 throwing the ball, mixing in some run. You're just marching the ball downfield at your will, and they get a fresh set of downs now to see if they can convert this nice drive into some points.
Love quickly out to Watson. And they'll get about half of what they needed It's a pickup of 5 and sets up 2nd and 5. Now, following the run, one of the offensive linemen leading the way is a bit shaken up. They'll come up here on 2nd down and 5. A run up the middle with Jacobs. Only a couple on that one. It'll set up 3rd down.
And with that run, Mike, even though it brings up 3rd down, it still keeps this offense in what they call a 50-50 downs. It means with the down and distance provided, you can call a run or a pass, and both are equal threats. And that's what makes it so hard for these defenses to defend those situations. One of the easiest ways to negate these really good pass rushes in the NFL, Mike, is just to simply get the ball out of the quarterback's hand as fast as possible. And sometimes it's by design, sometimes it's based on need. But really nice job there by the quarterback, getting into the hands of his receiver and then see what he can do after the catch.
Throwing on 2nd down, Love. And this is too far over the end line. It's incomplete. 3rd down, 3 to go. Out of the shotgun, it's Love. That is caught in the middle of the end zone. Christian Watson, touchdown Packers. And the show continues. What a first half he's had, Greg. A 3rd touchdown pass with that one.
Mike, what stood out to me the most so far is just the amount of space these guys have had to operate in. I think if I'm this defensive coordinator, me and my staff at halftime are revisiting this game plan. They obviously felt good about it coming in, but I don't think there's anything to feel good about thus far.
Both teams ready to go once more as the kick's away. A safe kick taken at the 5. He'll get this past the 20 before he's brought down shy of the 25-yard line. The Panthers offense ready to go as we give you a look at the current playoff race. And there is still a lot to play for. Every game is critical. Teams fighting to claim one of the 7 playoff spots that are up for grabs. And he's going to run out of time. They get to him and bring him down.
In what's been a pretty one-sided affair from the opening whistle, it just seems like it continues to get worse. This defense, they know they have them on the edge, and they continue to rush the quarterback the way they are. I'm not sure what this offense can do come the second half.
Work to do now as they come up on 2nd and long. The motion man is Sanders. A 2nd down throw for Young. A throw left side caught by Sanders.
Recognizing the blitz is just the first step in the process for a quarterback, understanding who you can account for with the protection and then who you can't account for. That's where your hot receiver comes in. He points to his receiver who the defender they're hot off of. That guy comes, gets the ball out of his hand, and results in a completion.
Thrown left side, the catch is made. The defense blows a chance to get off the field as the offense converts 3rd and 14. So, from the 36, it is 1st and 10. Now, a whistle. Looks like there was movement on the left side of that offensive line. Slot man in motion left. Throwing is Young. That one intercepted. Picked off by Nate Hobbs. And he's going to be brought down. What a turn of events here. He has given his guys 1st and 10 in the red zone.
So this is where an offensive play caller needs to come to the rescue of his quarterback, because this defense, they're onto you. They've got 2 picks. They're starting to pick up on your tendencies. They're shifting guys over to counter them. Now you've got to add some wrinkles. Now you've got to throw him a curveball and try to shift back some of that advantage to your side of the ball.
The Packers offense ready to take over possession of the football. They'll begin with the football in the red zone already as the defense has their back to the wall to start this drive.
Man, what a big-time play here by the corner. It feels like he knew that play was coming before the ball was even snapped. You can see he sticks his foot in the ground and bursts. He ends that play before it even has a chance to get started.
Quick throw here is complete. And they'll hold him to a gain of just a couple and sets up third down. From the gun, it's Love. A throw on the move is caught. And he will not quite get to the marker. Good job there defensively. And now, decision time. What are you going to do on fourth down? They'll go for it. Love. Open is Kraft. He's got it. And he will have the first down. So they roll the dice on fourth down in the red zone. And it pays off with first and goal. Here's Love. This one caught at the 4. To the goal line and in. Tucker Kraft. Touchdown, Green Bay. 2 touchdowns for him in the game. Numbers 10 and 11 on the year. And that is number 2. Greg, he is off to some kind of start in this one. 2 quarters and 2 receiving touchdowns.
Mike, this is one of those situations where as a defensive coordinator, you've got to give your group an answer. Because right now, they don't have one for this guy.
Extra point by McManus, up and good. And the Packers move out to a commanding 28-0 first half lead. Here comes a return from the 5. And he's down at the 23, and that's where the offense will take over. The Panthers offense headed back to take over once more. They'll try to get this a bit more respectable before the break. It has not been their half to this point. Let's see what they do on this drive. First down now. Off-balance throw. It's complete. And they'll mark him down just shy of the 40. There's a throw right side. It's going to be incomplete.
It's rare to see an offense that finds themselves trailing and say, well, their quarterback's been actually one of their biggest bright spots. Usually that doesn't go hand in hand, so it's a little surprising to see him miss a throw like that on a day where he's completed passes at a highly efficient rate.
On first down is Young. Quickly to the outside and complete. He's going to be taken down at about the 30. So they come to the line for first down and 10. Out of the shotgun, Young. That's to the right, caught by Sanders. And they'll get about 4 here as he is taken down. Here's a 2nd and 6. From the gun, it's Young. There's a short one caught by Sanders. Now a timeout for Carolina. That's going to be their second, as the clock will stop with 20 seconds to go in the first half. From the gun here on third down, it's Young. And he'll be taken down, but good enough to keep this drive going. It's a first down. Now Young. His throw on first down is going to be incomplete.
You can't fault the quarterback on this one, Mike. He really didn't even have much of an opportunity. By the time he hit the top of his drop and got his eyes downfield, the defense was all over him, and he really had no choice but to just get that ball out of his hand and live to play another snap. These are the play calls, Mike, that offensive coordinators use to just get their quarterback and their passing game into some sort of rhythm. Easy pitch and catch, get the ball out of his hand, see a completion. These typically, as the game goes on, lead to bigger and bigger gains. They let a golden opportunity slip away on that one. That's the matchup that they wanted. They just couldn't quite capitalize on it.
No issues there. This one is good. And the Panthers are on the board just before halftime.
And that's a really nice boost here before the break. I mean, you work the clock well. You're able to steal some points. The biggest thing is you're able to build a little momentum now going into the locker room at halftime.
They'll start this one with a 3 tight end look. And they're just going to run it here up the middle. And he's going to be taken down as time runs out on this first half of play. So we have reached halftime here, and the visitors from Green Bay out on top, as we'll head down the coast now to Orlando. That's where we find Jonathan Coachman ready with our EA Sports halftime report. Coach.
This was an extremely one-sided first half. One team showed up ready to go. The other's been in a daze thus far, but there's still plenty of time left for this one to tighten up significantly.
Coach, thank you. Back here on EA Sports as we count down to the kickoff of the second half. He'll start at the 4. Now an opening has the 30. They finally get him down, but he gets all the way up close to the 40-yard line. The Panthers offense and Bryce Young set for their next possession. And this defense has really had their way so far, intercepting him twice, forced into a number of bad throws, and generally the D has just made it tough to operate all game long. Now a 1st and 10 from the 38-yard line. Young quickly out to Leggett. And he'll be taken down rather swiftly after a gain of just 3. Off the play fake. Here's Young. That's caught. It's the tight end Sanders. And a good job rallying to the football, holding just a gain of a yard and sets up 3rd down. To throw is Young. Open man, right side. He's got it. And he's going to have the 1st down. So they convert on 3rd down with a pickup of 9.
Really nice job there to move the chains early in this drive, but now as they approach midfield, continue to keep your foot on the gas. Don't get conservative. Don't start sitting on the ball. Cross midfield and go. Anytime you find yourself on your opponent's side of the field, you have to be thinking points.
Young hands it to Hubbard. Not much happening there, just a short gain. Here's 2nd and 9. Here's a carry for Dowdle. They converge on him quickly. He'll only get a couple. Edger and Cooper, they're on the tackle. 3rd and 6. To throw, Young. This one is taken in downfield. Big completion. A big play for the Panthers. And even 30 yards.
If you want to score points at a high level in the NFL, you have to generate explosive plays. And after that big chunk pass play, they find themselves now down there in the red zone, and this is where you have to finish drives.
On the move at the 14-yard line, it's 1st and 10. Now, someone up front moves early. Can't continue to make these mistakes if you're trying to mount a big comeback. Here's Young. He's got his tight end, Sanders. Hook him up on a 2nd down and 8. Receiver in motion, going right. On 2nd down, Young. Gonna set up the screen here to Hubbard. He is in. Chuba Hubbard. Touchdown, Panthers.
Mike, we used to have a saying that it was the responsibility of the receiver to run the route through the eyes of the quarterback. And I think this is a great example here. Two guys clearly on the same page. Quarterback expected his target to be in a certain place at a certain time. He's there, ball's delivered accurately. He's able to pick up the rest with his legs, and that's a big-time connection for the touchdown.
The kickoff team is out on the field, and we're back to it as the kick's away. The dangerous Mecole Hardman on the return. Good return here. Brings it up to the 33-yard line. Jordan Love and the rest of the Packer offense ready for their next possession. And he's been as good as advertised. Take you through some of the highlights. 4 touchdown passes on point with his receivers right throughout, and continuing to master running and executing this offense. They'll start on the ground with Jacobs. And a short pickup there to about the 36. Second down and 8. Once again, it's Jacobs. He's going to have a Packers first down. He's up to the 45-yard line.
This just shows why you can't count on just one guy to take him down. He's a powerful enough runner. You got to have guys coming in support when that first hit is made. It takes a team effort to stop him, especially once he gets going.
They'll come up here, 1st and 10. Here's Jacobs. He'll struggle to get back to the line of scrimmage. Maybe gets a yard out of that one. It's 2nd down. Out of the shotgun, it's Love. The open man is Reed. He's got it. And he's going to be dropped after a pickup of about 5. Here's a 3rd down and 4. Now, whistles here. Looks like one of the defenders got a head start.
Encroachment, defense. Automatic first down.
They'll send him over to the left. Here comes the jet sweep. And this defense having nothing of that. They get him down behind the line.
Great job by the defense seeing this jet sweep unfold. They're able to get right to the point of contact and take this guy down for a loss.
They'll run it straight ahead with Jacobs. And he'll be stacked up at the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play. 3rd and long. And now things are going to get more difficult. Movement up front, going to move them further back. The task now, a really tough one. 3rd and very long. To throw is Love. And that is incomplete. Trying to connect with Romeo Doubs that time. And it's going to be 4th down. Packers set to kick this one away. And we will not have a return here. This one angled out of bounds. The home team's offense and Xavier Legette headed back onto the field. And he was unguardable in the first half. You see the numbers as they try to add to those here in the 3rd quarter. Now Young going to keep it himself. And he finds a little bit of space. He'll take this forward for a gain of 4. The motion man is Sanders. A second down throw for Young. There's that man again. Another catch.
And this is where the versatility of the tight end position really starts coming into play. Not only do they have to line up with their hand on the ground, but they can occasionally split out in the slot. And man, they're too fast for linebackers, and a lot of times they're too big for defensive backs.
They pick up 17 through the air. It's a Carolina first down.
And if he's late with that throw, Mike, there's a really good chance a defender could have made a play on it. But he does a beautiful job. He puts the ball out in front of his shoulder, leads the receiver, and allows him to get upfield and pick up the first down.
Set to go now on 1st and 10. They'll run, and for the first time, it's Jonathan Brooks. And he'll take this forward for about 3. It's second down. They're going to run right over center with Hubbard. And this rough day on the ground continues. They're going to drop him behind the line again. 3rd and 9. Throwing is Young. Taking off, he'll try to get there. What a run, he brings it to the red zone. Taken down inside the 20-yard line.
You certainly can't fault the secondary here. The coverage was almost too good downfield on 3rd down. The quarterback realized quickly there was nowhere for him to go with the ball, decides to become a runner. He's able to pick up the first down and some.
That's over the middle to his tight end, Sanders. And the Panthers are going to have a 1st and goal coming up as they try to finish off this drive with 6 points. So we'll take it to the other end as we are through 3. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. Well, a chance to get right back in it here. 1st down and goal. Here's a run. Down to the goal line. No signal. Is he in? They'll say it did not break the plane, but a real solid gain on 1st and goal. On 2nd and goal, they'll give him another shot. And he will not get to the goal line. In fact, he may have come back a little bit, and now it is 3rd and goal.
Just feels like this has been the story of the day for this offense. Just unable to get anything going on the ground, and a big reason they find themselves trailing, and another loss of yards.
And the rush gets home. He'll go down. They got him.
Feels like they needed that sack. This entire drive, it feels like the defense was really on their heels. The offense was taking it to them really however they wanted to. So to be able to take a deep breath now, disrupt the rhythm of the drive by getting that sack, that might go a long way now to allow them to get off the field. Yeah, he does a nice job handling that kick there, but I think offensively, you come back to the sideline and you're thinking, we have to find a way to finish these drives. I mean, to be in 1st and goal and settle for 3, that can be very deflating for an offense settling for too many field goals.
And this will work out quite well. He'll get it all the way out to the 30-yard line. Out comes the Green Bay offense now as they get set to take over again. And as we look back at some of the highlights of this one, Greg, definitely a lot to show from the passing game.
Yeah, and as good as the offense feels about their passing game, I think if you're on the defensive side of the ball, you've got a lot of learning to do because you just get burned time and time again. You'd think at some point you'd make an adjustment and make a correction. So at this point, they've given up 4 touchdown passes. You're just not going to win a lot of games in the NFL giving up that production in one phase of the game.
On 2nd down, Love. Who else? Another catch for his favorite target. Here's 3rd and 2. Here's Love. He'll keep this himself. This will not do the trick. They've stopped him behind the line. 4th down coming up.
That's a great job defensively. You could tell they sold out to stop the run here on 3rd down. And even if he hands this ball off, Mike, I don't think that play was going anywhere.
On comes the Packers punting team, as they try to play the field position game here, protecting a 4th quarter lead. And good coverage by the punt team. They stop him before he can get any return cranked up. The home team's offense and their quarterback headed out for their next possession. And he has been masterful so far leading this offense, keeping the mistakes to a minimum, on point with his passes, generally one step ahead of the defense all game long. Oh, a lot of chances on that one. It was bouncing around, but it falls incomplete. They'll try again here, 2nd and 10. Back to the air, it's Young. Now he'll run. Big gain on the ground here as he takes this up past the 40-yard line.
This is an element to his game that we don't necessarily spend a lot of time talking about. He's not known as a traditional runner at the quarterback position. But when he has some space like he had here, he is more than capable of not only converting 1st downs, but picking up big chunk plays.
And they're going to work this down inside the 45.
And this is a tricky part of the game for any defense. You find yourself protecting a late lead, and the age-old question is, do you remain aggressive? Do you try to just keep the ball from being thrown over your head and make everything be tackled and played in front of you? That's what every defensive coordinator struggles with, so they can't get too soft here as they try to hold on to this lead here late.
Now Dowdle. A gain of 4 as he's taken down. One of the tight ends in motion right. Throwing on 2nd down, Young. Little short pass here, caught by his tight end. And that's a 1st down. It will be a gain of 8. The motion man is Sanders. Young to throw on 1st down. Short pass taken in by the tight end. And he can't get away. They rally to the football on defense and bring him down for no gain. Out of the shotgun, Young. Nowhere to get away, and he's going to go down.
We spend so much time talking about quarterbacks and the special plays that they can make. And, of course, that's a big part of playing quarterback in the NFL. But also, can you avoid the bad plays? Do you know when the fight is over and live to play another down? Don't take that sack. Throw the ball away, get back out there on 3rd down, and give yourself a chance.
Still 3rd down.
The penalty helps a bit, but it's still 3rd and long. The motion man is Sanders. Here's Young to throw. That is incomplete. Well read that time defensively, making it difficult downfield, and that's going to bring up a 4th down. They motion the slot man left. Now or never, they'll throw on 4th down. And for a 3rd time today, he's intercepted. Picked off by the safety, Xavier McKinney.
When you find yourself in this situation, Mike, you're on defense, you're defending your own goal line, you got to take some chances. You got to try to force a turnover and make a play and get off the field. That's exactly what this defender did. Takes a chance, bets on himself, and comes away with a pick to save them some points.
The Packers offense ready to get back at it. And they look to finish it off here in the 4th This might just wash away what was a subpar performance a week ago. A fresh set of downs to work with. It is first down and 10. From the gun, it's Love.
I've been in enough locker rooms in my day, Mike, and pretty much all of the messages are the same. We want to start the second half fast. We want to take the fight to our opponent. Well, snapping the ball inside your own 5-yard line after that sack, I promise you, was not part of the speech. And if they're not careful, they're on the verge of surrendering 2 points here.
Looked like movement over there on the left side, and the flag is down.
Ball start, offense.
That'll march them back half the distance, and they'll go from there. On the handoff, this is Jacobs. This a must stop for this defense. Facing third and long. Here's Love to throw. He'll get this out wide. And they were hoping for a little more on that one. Brought down well short of the first. So it'll bring up fourth down. Punt team out, ready to send this one away. As he'll have to hit it from his own end zone. And that's a nice job of getting to him, making sure that return was not going anywhere. Here's the Carolina offense now as they head out to take over for their next possession. This secondary will get a lot of the credit. 3 picks so far. But, Greg, the pass rush has been relentless as well.
Yeah, I think it's super important, Mike, that we point out just how much the pass rush and then the secondary coverage works together. The more that rush gets home, the faster that ball gets out. We can play certain coverages knowing the timing of the quarterback has to be sped up. So often, the teams that are the most successful in this league, Mike, they have the best understanding. When our back end and our front end are working in unison, man, it puts a lot of pressure on not only the quarterback, but the entire...
And he cannot get away, brought down. And that sack will bring us to the 2-minute warning. They'll drop to throw. That's caught! And they'll move this ball way down into the red zone, inside the 20-yard line. On first down is Young. That's to the end zone, but they can't connect. It's incomplete. The pass intended for Xavier Legette. And that will lead to a second down. From the gun, it's Young. That's to the right, caught by Sanders.
Defense does a nice job here initially using zone coverage to take away the middle of the field. That's the most valuable real estate in football. Quarterback gets off his first read, sees some openings to the sideline, and him and his receiver are able to connect. This is one of those situations that plays directly into the hands of the defense because think, Mike, they know this offense has to be one-dimensional. This has to be a pass. So what do? They bring in extra defensive backs. They clog up the back end. And at the end of the day, there's just nowhere for the offense to go with the ball.
That's taken in. And he's trying to get to the marker. It's going to depend on the spot. But the first indication that he does not get there. In fact, he did not. It is a stop and a turnover on downs. The Packers offense ready for this next possession. They'll have a long field ahead of them as they start first and 10. On the ground, it's Jacobs to start the drive. Now a timeout for Carolina. That's going to be their second. They'll get it with just under 90 seconds remaining. Lost one on the last play, so now it's 2nd and 11. They'll stay on the ground with Jacobs. He'll manage only about 3, so it will bring up 3rd down. A run up the middle with Jacobs. So it's 4th down. They'll call on the punt team as he'll punt it away for the 4th time today. He's to the 45. And he'll get forward a few yards on the return. And that's where the offense will take over. The home team's offense and their quarterback ready to go once more. Here is 1st and 10. To throw is Young. And for the 4th time today, he has been intercepted. Whoa! And he's going to be out of bounds, but quite a turn of events here. He has set up the offense with 1st and goal.
So often, Mike, defenders are just happy the ball ends up in his hands, but not this guy. I mean, the catch was one thing, but then the party really got started. I mean, look at this return. He gets one block. He gets another. He's got teammates springing him all over the field. And this offense is lucky this didn't go all the way back for a pick 6.
The visitors' offense about ready to take over once more. And they'll have a chance to put this one to bed. They begin 1st and goal. Victory formation here as he's down to a knee. So, it's a win here for the visiting Packers. They bounced back from the loss last week, really put in a determined effort, and will come away with the victory. So, that'll do it for us. For Greg Olson and our terrific team behind the scenes, I'm Mike Tirico. You've been watching the NFL on EA Sports. Follow us on X at EA Madden NFL. So long, everybody.